What is going on, guys? It is your boy Trooper bringing you some Gears of War 4 commentary right now with a pro match scrim between Dome's team and eUnited. Domes was really nice enough to let me borrow a clip from his YouTube channel so I can commentate on. And then as I started watching it, I realized that it is from his point of view and not the spectator mode. So we're not going to have the advantage of the spectator screen, but I'm going to do my best here and use my descriptive natures to try and get everything painted into a concise picture for you. So we're going to start things off here actually about midway through the match with eUnited at a commanding 5-0 lead. So it's not really something that's surprising seeing such a commanding lead on Foundation, as Foundation is normally dominated by just a single unit that I usually see. A lot of the times teams that win their initials can really keep their stride and win a lot of these maps 7-2, 7-1, or as I've seen a 7-0 sweep many times. We're going to follow Dome now to start things off after this 5-0 deficit to see what he can do here to take advantage. Killing Wildy now in the middle of the map, so that's going to give them a little bit of a boost as his teammate, that's Ozzy, able to pick up those nades. He's fighting now a little bit of host spot here. That's 2 more kills actually picked up here for the Swarm team, so that's going to help a lot, except now Dome's going down in middle. That is United Lava picking up the kill there. If Lava went down there, as you see, he immediately killing Dome's running up to the home hill for the Swarm team. And as soon as he made that push there, he's now getting some points there for his team. So that would have been an easy trip cap had Lava not won that 1v1 in middle. There was a lot of team kills off those initials that were won by the Swarm team. And as you can see now, Osby Romero picking up a double kill with the nade. And then King Cloud's getting taken out. Surprisingly, much later after we switched from his spectator cam there, he looked like he was in a bit of trouble there, but was somehow able to fight his way out of that, at least for a few more seconds. So speaks to the versatility and how exactly good a player like Clouts is in such a situation. With 2 members coming down ramp now, pushing towards H, you have Domes here hiding on the corner, just taking them both out with the double. That was Tommy and Soto from United. Now with 2 members down now of members of United down, there's 2 more now pushing down ramp here as Domes camps on the T wall here with his team in commanding lead of the A and B hill. It looks like there's a push now through the smoke, and Lava gets taken out now right over the T wall. A second member, that's Wildy, now pushing back and getting taken down with a nice shot by Domes, just enough to poke around that corner and take him down. So now multiple members now down of eUnited, and still with a nice 2-hill lead here for the Swarm team. Pushing forward, they have twice as many points and just about set up here for the domination, which they do get, and finally getting around here in this match now, 5-1. And a brilliant call there by the Swarm team, by Dome's entire squad, as they were managing pretty well, keeping things in lock there and holding both their home hill without any contestation, and then you have both that and the mid-hill getting taken. As soon as they took out multiple members of eUnited, they were able to push forward and rotate all the way to their home hill, right where their spawn is, take out a couple more members of eUnited that spawned, and then pretty much secured the remainder of the map to ensure the domination. So a really nice move there, a really nice effort there with a lot of teamwork by Dome's squad. We're going to have him now pushing up here on closed stairs. He's going to be taking FL now with his team. It was the delay reaction as they had Zerptig now camping at the statue. He was taken out quickly by multiple members of Dome's team, but it looks like now that they, I thought giving up 2 locations for that, but members now are just finally pushing through to the home hill for United. So I spoke a little bit too soon, as now United just making their way across Pistons area to get both home hills on this team. So now with statue, looks like it was locked up here. Multiple members of Dome's team were keeping that. So now looks like they're going to re-rotate around now. Some members of Swarm team going to the D hill, and now Dome's here going through the middle. He's trying to make his way now to flank his own home hill, but instead pushing around T-wall, getting crossed from every direction. Not a really smart move there, if I may say, by Domes, as he pushed through there with no assistance. I'm assuming he wanted to push that 1v1, thought he could catch him off guard just at the last second there as he made his way through the choke point. But he didn't realize that there was a member from United up on Fountains, giving him a cross, pretty much hitting just about every shot that he could. So he did not miss when he put him down. Put him down very quickly and able to wrap things up there as he made the push through. Now with all multiple members now of eUnited winning a lot of battles here towards the D hill, I think they're going to make that break happen. So you're going to have now a shift in power here coming up within who has the majority of the hills. And now it looks like they were able to fight things off here. The Swarm team is now fighting more of the members of United as they come out of spawn, but there was no way that they were going to be able to hold them off, especially if they still had some spawn protection there. And as you can see now, Witchy and Clouts, everybody now scrambling to try and get their bearings here as they're trying to stay in command of that D hill right as United just keeps spawning one after the other right out of their main area. And now finally eUnited getting control of now not only their home hill, but also the mid-hill statue, and Domes is now on pursuit of Tommy, taking him out on the back A here. He's going to now stay in the fight. Instead of backing off, he's got some help from his team, but instead there's a flank by Zerptig, who takes out two members, Domes and Osby, as they were trying to fight for position. And now he's pushing me now, gets in a fight, gets taken down as well by Zerptig. Zerptig on a roll there at statue, and now they're going to cap that E-hill and have a 2-hill lead here. But also, they're not leading in points. They're down about 12 points right now. So Dome's now in a battle here, fighting towards the statue hill. He's on street. He is bouncing like a madman and taking out Zerptig. Impressive movement there, making a lot of moves happen here so he can stay agile but still get capped and not get shot by any crosses. Doesn't matter there, as it looks like one of the members of eUnited was able to walk up on him and take him out. I think that might have been Soto, and Soto might have gotten down in the process. I'm not really sure, but either way, the Swarm team picking up another round, 5-2. 2 rounds in a row here by Dome's team, and they are going hard here so far with 2 straight rounds, looking like a bit of a comeback here. So now setting things up after now 1 round after halftime. So we're going to see if they're going to place any weapons here, if we're going to stay bare and just worry about the initial fights. And as you can see, no weapon was placed by Soto. So we're going to see more of the same from the last round. Just going to see bare bones fighting and strategizing at angles here, as the teams don't have any power weapons to kind of coordinate around on the map. As we spawn here, I'm going to follow Domes yet again as he throws a smoke down middle of the map, and he's going to now make his way to closed as one of the members of the COG team is stunned, and now a second member there of eUnited, that's Wildy, pushing up but getting taken out in the turning shot by Domes. And luckily Domes was able to get some help there by members of his team, so they were able to take the statue. It looks like no problem. Actually, members of yeah, it looks like they're getting control of that statue now, as well as home hill, and now the F hill. So it looks like the rotation here by Domes is now making things a little bit more secure. Members of eUnited did not expect him to be there, but he's not able to hold any of them off, and they are just in time able to get out of spawn so they can recuperate and get that F hill back. So now a 2-hill lead, D and E, in favor of the Swarm squad. And now eUnited members now are going to be separating here. It looks like between F and E, trying to rotate here back to statue and try and regain control of that mid-hill. So now you have Tommy now trying to push under close stairs, but he's not able to make it. And a nice smoke throw, just enough over that barricade there that Domes was shooting down, trying to make a little bit of noise there, trying to blind them as they're trying to get a lot of revives going down there. Zerptig able to get a revive to save his teammate and get the push up the stairs to take out Domes in one shot. Very, very nicely done. Osby's down now in the middle of the map. So it looks like only 2 members alive now for Swarm, and it looks like now there's 2 more additional ones that just came out of spawn, including Domes. Now Domes shooting at Tommy as he's running, trying to run away towards the statue and regroup with his team. He actually gets a revive there. Somebody was there to meet him, luckily, and that was Soto. But Soto not able to save Tommy anymore as he gets down for the 3rd time and take it out, not able to enter that down but not out phase. Instead, just dying. And now more crossing getting put down on Zerptig as he's taken out middle of the map by King Clouts. And now still a 2-hill lead here by the Swarm as they have D and E under firm control. And I like the movements here that Domes is making. Keeps shuffling through the underneath the middle of the map, circling around through the top side of his spawn. So it makes a nice rotation here for him, at least just in his position, as he's able to look all the way down at statue now, able to attack from street, able to attack from window if he's got to, if there's ever that push on his D-hill. So now he's waiting. I don't know if he is keeping a close eye on anybody coming from behind. It looks like his teammates are going to be under firm grasp of that. Throwing the smoke now down to the eye wall, coming from the spawn of eUnited. So now you have Zerptig now running street as he's getting lit up by Domes. I don't know if he's going to get away, as Domes and another member of his team were able to take him out. That was Godwitchy taking him out on the cross. They were holding it down long enough, and they're able to get the 210-point victory. 3 straight rounds by Domes' team, looking really sharp all of a sudden after falling 5-0 down here on Foundation. So the curse can be fought against. The curse can be broken here of a Foundation destruction derby that I'm used to seeing whenever I commentate a Foundation match. They're never usually close, so it's refreshing to see a potential comeback here. I'm just curious, at what point do we call this a comeback? Do we call it a now? Do we call it on the next round? At what point do we have to worry about this? I'm assuming that eUnited is going to have to be worrying about this on every single round as opposed to us. So we'll see what they bring out here now. 14-second respawns. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of dynamic now is going to be brought on the map with a weapon now placed. And Domes throwing the smoke down the center of the map to push. And now both members picking up that power weapon. That's going to be the Retro in the hands of Clouts and Tommy for United. And now Domes going down quickly in middle after all the crossing there. Not able to make much happen. But there's multiple members of each team down. And the mid hill still being fought for as both of the home hills being capped. And both teams are virtually tied at this moment. Domes now pushing up towards the middle with a smoke. He throws smoke at Nest, but it was maybe able to help Clouts there finish off Soto of eUnited. And now pushing towards the fountains is Domes. He is now completely skipping fountains and going down ramp as he takes out Tommy from behind, who's trying to retreat back into the Pistons area. No go for Tommy. And as you can see, another member of United taken down. That's by Witchy on the kill feed there. So now 2 members down with that 14-second respawn. We have a potential 5-on-3 situation here. And the 2-hill lead by the Swarm. So they are looking very sharp at this time, especially after a 3 straight round set of victories. Now it looks like the eUnited squad all back on the battlefield here. All look like, or at least most of them, rotating now towards the middle hill. It looks like Domes trying to figure out if he's going to go left or right here. He's going to pick right and now go up the ramp and try to see if he can get that D-hill. He knows there's going to be at least one waiting for him, potentially in the corner behind the tarp box. And he actually pushes him back as there was a cross coming. So now with Retro being up, 2 members of eUnited take down 2 members of the Swarm. So this is going to be big if Domes can hold this off for just a second. They do get that cap now. And also the Retro Lancer that belongs to eUnited. So this is actually a really big turn of events here. If he could actually get some crossing, and he does, but Tommy gets around the box quickly, takes out Domes before he can make anything else happen. Clouds also taken out with the cleanup there by Wildy, and eUnited taking their home hill back in a commanding fashion and keeping Statue locked down here as majority of those members of the Swarm team had to make their way to the D-hill, the home hill for eUnited, rather than keeping eye on the Statue. So they were able to take back 2 of those hills in favor of eUnited there, D and E. Except now, looks like most of the members are spawned back here for the Swarm team. And now they've got their home hill and E back firmly under control. So with about a 20-point lead here, it's going to be interesting to see. eUnited, they need to make a push very quickly here, as you're going to start hearing the countdown very soon, as we have the Swarm team approaching that time. And Dome's making a great move one-on-one there against Soto to keep Fountains under firm control. And now you have King Clouts there on the ramp, just waiting to see who's going to make a push, who's going to dare. With 2 of the hills under their control, there is, a push there actually by Wildy, but Wildy gets taken down. Luckily, the second man is there. That's Osby. Or actually, King Clouts, excuse me, taking out another guy in Tommy who was trying to make the push and couldn't get there in time. They were at a stage where they had such a commanding lead and got so close to that 210 cap that all they had to do was worry about holding their home hill, and they would have been completely all right. And that's exactly what it looked like Domes and company were trying to do there, and it worked for them. They now have won 4 rounds in a row, and I think it's safe to say that we got a comeback on our hands. It's now official. We are in comeback mode with a 5-0 lead by eUnited. How can a collapse of this magnitude come to life. Basically, you had all the power in the world in that first game, and now basically we had a simple extra round, and then the rotations of the hills making such a big difference apparently here, really going in the favor of Dome's squad. So with 16-second respawns, the game getting tighter, things are going to have to get blocked up a little bit better here on each side. You can't be running into these 1v1s just all willy-nilly. I'm going to say that, excuse my language. But you have to make sure that you're sticking with your team. Everybody's crossing. Everyone's staying in position and getting their angles. A push now there by Osby. He's in a little bit of trouble, so it looks like Domes is going to have to help. And while Wildy taking him down, Wildy now taking down Osby as well. So he gets both of those kills in the middle. So that is going to be a huge play there for the team at eUnited, as they're trying to make sure they don't lose 5 straight rounds and let this game get tied back up. So Domes now coming out of spawn. He's got 3 more seconds of that spawn protection. And instead of opting for the shotgun battle, trying to shoot him from behind, goes and throws a smoke in there instead to help the other members of his team. So that was a very, very interesting use of that. He didn't even bother going for that spawn protection. And now making some moves, strafing a little bit, and actually having Lava miss that incendiary throw on him. So very nice moves by Domes, as he now doubles back, goes towards the E hill at Statue. And multiple members down by eUnited, so this is actually going to be an easy cap here by Domes. He's going to be able to acquire this hill no problem. And now D and E in their possession. And now a lot of members here of the Swarm team are pushing from pumping station up the ramp. And now it looks like Domes is going up towards the top fountain area here. He's got to try to finish this kill off, and he does on Soto. Barely had enough in his ammo clip there to finish off Soto. Now putting on more shots as Lava thinks he was retreating into safety, but instead retreating into the crossing angle of Domes. And now Wildy getting taken down with a shotgun from Domes as well. That was just made it look easy, as he bounced once off that fountain, and now smacking people with the pistol. They just tied things up 5-5. Unreal. What a nice turn of events there by Domes, as he ended up rolling up with his team up top where the spawn was from eUnited, as he had 3 of his other members of his team pushing in the pumping station, actually doing work and making moves, making progress, pushing it through H and up the ramp. As soon as he came up through Fountain, Lava dove up there to get safety, maybe get a little bit back and maybe hold off on a better position, and immediately dives up the hill past the smoke right into the Lancer fire of Domes. So he had nowhere to go, and as members of eUnited spawned out, they were able to get a better position and kill them, as they weren't even able to get close to that hill. So we had incendiaries placed, we had retros placed before that. Now at the pumping station, looks like we're going to have, or the Pistons, we're going to have the frag grenades placed instead. All right, Domes and company diving forward, trying to make some more happen here, as they've just won 5 straight rounds. They are definitely feeling themselves now. Tommy and Clouts have possession of the retro for each one of their squads. And now Dome's going to be pushing in the mid and taking Wildy out and open. He is able to take advantage of Wildy switching weapons, not ready for that initial push there. So a good look there by Domes. Multiple members of United down as that respawn time has increased. If Domes was able to take him out, I think that would have been a trip cap right there. It actually might be now, as D is getting pushed very hard. It looks like it might be getting depleted here by members of the Swarm team. Now members of eUnited now pushing out. Now the Instant comes flying in there. It doesn't make connection with anybody. They're just seconds away from winning, but members of eUnited were able to get enough of an aggressive push there. And it looks like the hill is not firmly under the control yet, but they are about to get extra guys in there to make that push. Let's see how long the Swarm team can last. Domes is down there for help, throwing the smoke, and now getting pushed all the way back to open. And surprisingly, one of the members here of eUnited makes that push and tries to follow him through instead of staying at the D hill. But it looks like members now of his team were able to recuperate and get that hill back. Domes with a nasty shot as he pushed up around the cover there on Tommy. So wall bouncing here in the open, and it's one-on-one shotgun battle here. And Wildy goes down at the hands of Domes. Domes looking sharp now, as well as the rest of his team. And that's another member. That's Lava now down by King Klaus. And they're going to push that D-hill. And it looks like they're going to get a trip cap here and go up 6-5. Retro now in Domes' hands. So anybody pushing now through to that hill is just going to get lit up. Oh, but instead, they make an unorthodox push and instead run right to the statue and acquire mid hills. So now both of the home hills are in possession of Dome's team, while now statue looks like a setup is being positioned here by eUnited. So we're going to see what they're going to manage to pull off here, holding that down. They have they have a pretty big deficit that they have to come over here, so I'm wondering if they're going to make that rotation to F, and it looks like Lava getting spotted there, as you can see briefly. Looks like he is trying to make a push to their fountain area, potentially. I'm assuming he does have a member with him, and he does. That's Wildy. It looks like Wildy and Lava pushing now towards the fountains. That is F side. As D side now here being held by Domes, and now that Retro doing work there on Tommy, not able to get near the corner there and make a play. And another bit of Retro action coming down, and able to use that Retro and stay in position to get another 2-10 victory. And they have just won 6 straight rounds after being down 5-0 in this game of Foundation. eUnited just totally collapsing at this point. One more round in favor of Dome's squad, and they will walk away proudly with this victory after falling behind so terribly in the early game. And now just this rotation of hills, just the D, E, and F has really set things apart here for these teams. And now we're going to see on potentially the last round here if Dome's team can pull together and win one more round. 20-second respawns, so if you get killed, you are gone. You will not be back for quite some time. So if you have about 2 or 3 of your initial fights get lost by your team, you most certainly will see a trip cap or see a team get very close to a trip cap in that case. And now multiple members of eUnited, that's 3 members going down, and the incendiary grenades held by Domes as he is throwing them now inside the home hill for United. More members United go down, and now with just statue have to be captured here. It looks like everybody is at a point and nobody able to make anything happen for United. They have just lost 7 straight rounds. Congratulations. What an amazing comeback there by Dome's squad against the United. And we didn't even get to see the end screen. It looks like there was a little bit of a rage quit on our hands there. But either way, guys, thank you so much for watching this commentary. I really appreciate Domes for letting me use his clips. And I will link the actual video if you want to watch it with the actual team comm. And without my annoying voice in the bottom, in the description below, and also a link to his channel as well. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.